The Exile of Israel. Dear friends, in the previous story, we saw Uzziah, king of Judah, who initiated many reforms in Judah, but in his last years died as a leper in a separate house. In today's video, we will look at who came to power in Israel and what happened there during this period of time. None of the kings of Israel departed from the sin of Jeroboam son of Nebat. Though God let people from different families sit on the throne of Israel, none of them turned Israel back to God, nor did they turn back to God themselves. In the 52 years of the reign of Uzziah king of Judah, Israel saw 6 different kings. During the last years of Uzziah's reign, Pekah came to the throne of Israel in Samaria. After 20 years of reign, Hosea son of Elah killed Pekah and reigned in his place. Hosea was the 19th king of Israel. By then, it had been 200 years since Jeroboam became king of the split Israel. Hosea reigned over Israel for 9 years. He too did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. Of all the kings of Israel so far, Jehu was the only one who, at least in the start of his reign, showed interest in obeying God. So God let Jehu's descendants until the 4th generation sit on the throne of Israel. The rest of the kings were bad from the start. Hosea was no different. In his time, Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, came up against him. Hosea became his servant and paid him tribute. After some time, he sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and offered no tribute to the king of Assyria as he had done before. Seeing this, the king of Assyria bound him and shut him up in prison. Then he invaded all the land and came to Samaria and besieged it. So, in the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria captured Samaria, and he carried away the Israelites to Assyria. This occurred because the people of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, who brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and feared other gods and walked in the customs of the nations whom the Lord drove out before the people of Israel, and in the customs that the kings of Israel had practiced. And the people of Israel did secretly against the Lord their God things that were not right. They built for themselves high places in all their towns, from watchtower to fortified city. They set up for themselves pillars and Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. And there they made offerings on all the high places, as the nations did whom the Lord carried away before them. And they did wicked things, provoking the Lord to anger. And they served idols, of which the Lord had said to them, "You shall not do this." Yet out of abundant mercy and compassion, the Lord warned Israel by every prophet and every seal, saying, "Turn from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes, in accordance with all the law that I commanded your fathers, and that I sent to you by my servants and prophets." But they would not listen, but were stubborn as their fathers had been, who did not believe in the Lord their God. They despised his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and the warnings that he gave them. They went after false idols and became false, and they followed the nations that were around them, concerning whom the Lord had commanded them that they should not do like them. And they abandoned all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made for themselves metal images of 2 calves. And they made an Asherah and worshipped all the host of heaven and served Baal. And they did not depart from them until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had spoken by all his servants the prophets. So Israel was exiled from their own land to Assyria. And the king of Assyria brought people from his lands and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the people of Israel. And they took possession of Samaria and lived in its cities. So, with an end to 209 years of kingship, Israel went into exile to another land. Just like God commanded Israel through his servant Moses, as the Lord took delight in doing them good and multiplying them, so he now took delight in bringing ruin upon them and destroying them. Thus God removed them from the land that they were in. Israel, who forgot the Lord who delivered them from Egypt and served other gods, went into exile into a land where they found no respite nor resting place. We will see the changes this caused in Judah in the next story. God bless you.